According to Nikkei Asia's story on Thursday, which cited two people with knowledge of the situation, China is attempting to establish regulations regarding the number of sophisticated AI chips that businesses can purchase from overseas manufacturers like Nvidia. According to the article, the Chinese central government is developing regulations that will probably limit the amount of advanced AI chips that local businesses may buy, thereby permitting certain Nvidia sales rather than outright prohibiting them. Reuters was unable to confirm the report right away. Nvidia declined to respond. This comes after the Trump government officially approved the sale of Nvidia's H200 processors to China on Tuesday. On Wednesday, former officials and U.S. politicians questioned Trump's decision, claiming that it undermines America's advantage in artificial intelligence and might electrify Beijing's military. Chinese customs officials informed customs officers this week that Nvidia's H200 AI processors are not allowed to enter China, according to an exclusive Reuters report on Wednesday. According to sources who spoke to Reuters, the Chinese government called a meeting of domestic tech businesses and specifically urged them not to buy the chips unless absolutely required. Reports that China might permit its tech businesses to utilize Nvidia's H200 chips for particular applications caused Nvidia's shares to soar Tuesday. According to sources who talked to the information on condition of anonymity on January 13th, university research or development labs were one of these use cases. That positive news, however, is contradicted by reports on Wednesday morning. H200 chips are not permitted to enter China, customs officials claim. Significance of China news for Nvidia stock. For the Nasdaq-listed company, the partial clearance was considered significant since it would increase its already extravagant sales and earnings projections. The Santa Clara, California-based company announced in November that, barring any significant income from China, its top line would climb a staggering 65% year-over-year in the fourth quarter, Q4. Additionally, even a partial recovery may significantly boost Nvidia's sales growth in 2026, since the largest economy in Asia used to generate around 1/5 of the company's entire revenue. Thus, this hope for improved Nvidia financials has been dashed by the subsequent revelations that H200 chips are not, in fact, allowed. Bernstein reiterates his optimistic assessment of Nvidia's stock. Stacy Rasgon, a senior analyst at Bernstein, said earlier this week that Nvidia's stock is still the top pick for 2026 and that there are currently no indications that AI expenditure will slow down. Rasgon predicts that Nvidia will reach $275 in the upcoming year, suggesting that it might rise by an additional 50%. In a recent interview with CNBC, he even referred to the AI stock as inexpensive, considering that the giant's margin is still consistently around 70%. Technically speaking, Nvidia is currently firmly above its 200-day longer-term moving average, suggesting that its larger uptrend is still going strong. Why Wall Street still favors Nvidia. Other Wall Street analysts share Rasgon's optimistic assessment of Nvidia's stock. The consensus rating for Nvidia stock is still strong buy, according to Analyst, with a mean target of around $255 indicating a possible upside of about 40% from now. With a $240 price target and an outperform rating, an RBC Capital analyst began covering Nvidia on Wednesday. The company attributed its optimistic prognosis to a number of factors, including the expectation that cloud capital investment will continue to rise over the next 12 to 18 months due to fierce competition among well-capitalized big hyperscalers. Nvidia's backlog reaching $500 billion, rising inferencing demand, and rapid enterprise AI adoption were cited by RBC Capital as important elements supporting the company's future. The research group noted Nvidia's ecosystem domination and full-stack performance leadership, with balance sheet strength offering an added edge, and voiced no fear about competition. Nvidia's valuation, which is around 20% lower than those of its semiconductor peers and the Magnificent Seven technology stocks, was also cited by RBC Capital as being appealing. In other recent news, Nvidia is going through a number of noteworthy changes. Although shipments must be examined by a third-party testing facility to verify their technical AI capabilities, the U.S. has loosened restrictions on exporting Nvidia's H200 processors to China. Nvidia may have fresh prospects in the Chinese market as a result of this regulation reform. China, on the other hand, has tightened regulations on buying these chips, allowing purchases only in certain situations, like for research and development labs at universities. Another significant change is that OpenAI may be less dependent on Nvidia's hardware thanks to a multi-billion-dollar partnership with Cerebras Systems. Through this collaboration, OpenAI will integrate Cerebras's low-latency inference capabilities into its infrastructure by buying up to 750 megawatts of processing power from them over a 3-year period. In the upcoming years, Nvidia's operations and market dynamics may be impacted by these changes in partnerships and regulatory environments. Join our investor community. Hit subscribe and like to get your daily Nvidia stock insights and tutorials delivered. 5 years ago, a $1,000 investment in Nvidia stock was worth little over $13,500. Due mostly to the enormous demand for the company's artificial intelligence, AI chip systems, Nvidia's sales and earnings grew tremendously throughout this time, resulting in this multi-bagger performance. With a market valuation of $4.5 trillion, Nvidia is now the largest corporation in the world due to the spectacular rise in its shares over the last 5 years. Given the magnitude it has already attained, it should come as no surprise that investors are now questioning whether it is worthwhile to keep Nvidia stock for the next 5 years. In order to determine whether Nvidia is still worth purchasing, let's look at its prospects for the upcoming 5 years. Nvidia has 5 more years to expand in a healthy way. It seems crazy to think that Nvidia's stock will increase by another 14 times in the future, as that would push its market capitalization beyond $60 trillion. For example, the global economy was valued at $117 trillion in 2025 and is predicted to continue growing at a rate of little more than 3% annually. The good news is that Nvidia operates in a rapidly expanding sector that is ready to record strong growth through the end of the decade. In fiscal 2021, which concluded in January 2021, Nvidia made $16.7 billion. The business is expected to generate $213 billion in revenue by the end of fiscal 2026. Nvidia's total addressable market, TAM, is still sizable enough to support future growth. According to Bank of America, the market for Nvidia's AI accelerator chips might reach a staggering $900 billion by 2030. Selling chips that are used in data centers to handle AI workloads accounts for 90% of Nvidia's overall revenue. Nvidia is expected to sell slightly more than $190 billion worth of data center processors this year, based on its fiscal 2026 revenue estimate of $213 billion. Given its substantial market share, the $900 billion end market opportunity implies that Nvidia's data center business may continue to grow. Mizuho Securities estimates that Nvidia holds between 70% and 95% of the market for AI accelerators. With custom chips from companies like Broadcom and Marvell gaining traction and AMD even upping its game by releasing more potent chips, the business is up against fiercer competition in this industry. Therefore, it won't be shocking to see Nvidia's market share in AI accelerators threatened. Investors should keep in mind, though, that Nvidia's dominance in AI chips is due to both the company's remarkable supply chain control and the technological superiority of its chips. According to reports, the semiconductor behemoth has managed to acquire a sizable portion of Taiwan's semiconductor manufacturing's supply of next-generation process nodes, which should enable it to sustain its strong lead in AI accelerators until the end of the decade. According to the $900 billion end market projection, Nvidia's data center revenue may still reach $540 billion in 2030, even if its market share drops to 60% for conservative reasons. That would be about 3 times the company's current fiscal year's anticipated data center revenue. However, there are other factors that could contribute to Nvidia becoming a much larger business in the upcoming 5 years. For example, the gaming and artificial intelligence, AI, personal computer, PC industry is doing well. In the third quarter of fiscal 2026, revenue increased by 30% year over year to $4.3 billion. In the long run, this market offers the corporation a multi-billion-dollar growth opportunity because the demand for graphics cards used in AI PCs is expected to grow at a healthy rate. In a similar vein, the company's car division is expanding rapidly. In the previous reported quarter, its revenue reached $592 million, a 32% year-over-year increase. Although it currently makes up a minor portion of Nvidia's operations, the company is collaborating with a number of automakers and component producers that may enable it to take advantage of a market that is projected to grow to a value of $300 billion over time. All of this points to the likelihood that Nvidia's growth will continue to be strong over the next 5 years, opening the door for more possible stock price increase. Here's how much upside this stock could bring. The current fiscal year, which ends this month, is expected to see a 57% increase in Nvidia's earnings to $4.60 per share. Crucially, analysts anticipate strong double-digit earnings growth in the upcoming fiscal years. With its multi-billion-dollar catalysts, Nvidia has a reasonable chance of sustaining strong earnings growth levels into the next 2 fiscal years. Nvidia's bottom line may reach $16.73 per share after 5 years, even if its earnings rise at a cautious rate of 20% in the 3 fiscal years following fiscal 2028. Nvidia is currently selling at a little discount to the forward earnings multiple of 25.6 for the Nasdaq 100. After 5 years of using the Nasdaq 100 as a stand-in for tech firms, Nvidia's stock price may reach $428 if it is trading in accordance with the index's forward earnings multiple. Though don't be shocked if it produces larger profits because of a potentially sharper earnings leap that might be rewarded with a higher multiple. That suggests potential returns of 130% from current levels. Over the next 5 years, Nvidia has the potential to increase investor wealth. That implies that despite the amazing returns it has given investors in recent years, this AI stock is still worth purchasing. Jensen Huang, CEO of Nvidia, stated, "We're not even close to that day." The statement surprised me, and most likely everyone else who covers AI, because it deviates significantly from what we've learned from Huang and others like him. Huang's reserved manner was a little perplexing compared to the flamboyance he usually displays at a CES or GTC event while promoting Nvidia's next major AI GPU. Nvidia's recent stock market movements, or even the chant of doubters like Michael Burry, might have had an impact. To put things in perspective, Nvidia's valuation surpassed $4 trillion in early July of last year. Later in the year, the rally reached the elusive $5 trillion milestone at the end of October. However, the stock has dropped 1% during the last 3 months, ending the year with a 40% gain in value. Given years of thought leaders portraying AI as a runaway train that investors must board or risk missing out, such an unreserved acknowledgement of its limitations is uncommon. Then there is the apocalyptic hyperbole of people like Elon Musk, who keeps pushing the boundaries of AI's long-term potential. However, Huang cautions that businesses currently require useful AI solutions, and that the ideal, all-knowing form of AI misses the mark. Essentially, the kick in the pants for AI technology is the use of already existing tools rather than a miracle. What exactly is God AI? To be fair, we have been investigating the idea of God AI for many years. Hollywood offered us a glimpse of what it would entail. The Matrix essentially turns reality into a battery farm. Skynet decides humans are the bug in Terminator, and HAL locks the door in 2002. What's unusual, though, is hearing it from the shovel salesman, who claims that we shall be there eventually. Huang was obviously not utilizing God AI in the conventional sense. Clearly, AI is still a ways off. Then, the question arises as to whether we are even close to this all-powerful AI. Huang, however, answered that question quite bluntly. Personally, I've been disappointed with the outcomes of the numerous AI tools I've used over the last 3 years, particularly in the last year. Don't get me wrong, it's cool to see Michael Jackson and Batman in McDonald's, but you should be wary of the hoopla around almost every landmark. In reality, when ChatGPT-5 was introduced, users immediately demanded on the internet that the old 4.0 model be brought back, and it did. Actually, a number of online petitions are currently urging 4.0 to stay on the site. On the ChatGPT complaints subreddit, which receives roughly 89,000 weekly views, Reddit user NoIdea897 posted an intriguing comment regarding the matter. Indeed, according to OpenAI's own GPT 5.2 system card, the GPT 5.2 thinking mode may underperform given certain in-context incentives, misrepresent data, or even fake job accomplishment. However, AI is here to stay. AI isn't going anywhere anytime soon, in my opinion, even though the stock market hype machine is completely mobilized around it. The number of people already using AI apps is a clear example of this. For example, ChatGPT has over 800 million weekly active users, while Google's Gemini app has over 650 million monthly users. I kind of agree with Palantir founder Peter Thiel when he stated in the Interesting Times podcast not too long ago that there's just nothing going on without AI. Beyond the God AI debate, the real question is how much trust people are starting to place in what AI tells them. According to OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, many people, especially younger users, are turning to ChatGPT like a therapist or life coach, and even relying on it for legal advice. For instance, Musk recently discussed how Grok and medical professionals gave him a similar, nothing concerning interpretation after he uploaded his MRI. Similar instances have happened to me, and although that doesn't lessen the value of having a medical expert analyze things, Musk mentioned that it would be a useful second opinion. One thing is certain, Nvidia has come a long way. Around the time Batman Arkham City came out on PC in late 2011, I distinctly recall persuading my father to get me an Nvidia GeForce card. The game felt like a flex at the time because of the GTX 560 Ti card. Fast forward more than 10 years, and the same GPU line that was built for Gotham Knights has become the engine room for the AI boom. This isn't an unfounded opinion. CUDA is the moat. According to analysts at John Petty Research, over 4.5 million developers use CUDA, which results in significant switching costs for companies that train and deploy models. Its data center business is booming. Nvidia posted a massive $51.2 billion in data center sales in fiscal Q3 2026, roughly 89.5% of total sales, underscoring that much AI spend is flowing through Nvidia. They also claim that the AI processor space is essentially a one-company game, with Nvidia holding a 95% share in a remarkably fragmented field. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.
Nvidia's China comeback, it may only be temporary because after years of restrictions, Chinese labs, they've adapted. And on the same day that Nvidia gets that green light for China-bound sales, Chinese AI darling Jipu AI releases an advanced model that it says was trained entirely on Huawei chips. If that claim holds, it breaks the narrative that frontier AI needs American silicon. Jipu is not a fringe player. It's backed by Alibaba, Tencent. It went public last week in Hong Kong, up 85% since then. By publicly crediting Huawei's Ascend chips, they're signaling that domestic hardware can finally do the heavy lifting. Now, to be sure, Jensen Huang will still sell chips. Performance is performance. But now Nvidia looks more like a bridge for the Chinese to buy time. Nice to have, but less and less a need to have. Founders in the space that I talked to say that Huawei's Ascendant chips still suffer from a stability tax, meaning that training runs crash more often, needing constant restarts. Now, to match NVIDIA's cluster, Jipu likely used brute force. Aaron Jin, founder of HydraHost, an AI data center services startup, he calls it a Costco or a wholesale strategy. Like, you don't go to Costco for a custom high-end home theater system. You go for the flat screen that's 2 or 3 generations old. It's not the best, but it is cheap, and it's available in bulk. So if you need to, say, light up a wall, you get 100 of those, and you swap out the ones that break. That strategy, brute force, makes up for NVIDIA's speed and efficiency. Now, it's not just Huawei. There's more Threads, Byron, Meta X. We've been talking about these. They are AI chip upstarts that are tapping public markets in China and Hong Kong and further building out China's hardware ecosystem. So, all leads to the question, how does Washington and Wall Street react? Well, if China's strategy is volume, insiders tell me that the U.S. strategy, it needs to be efficiency. NVIDIA remains the luxury brand for the West, for those that can afford it, private markets. Huawei and friends, they ultimately become the utility provider for countries and companies that just need good enough. NVIDIA's China reentry and China's pushback, it underscores this idea, guys, that we're seeing 2 parallel AI supply chains forming. I just had a great conversation with Naveen Rao. He's a founder here who's building a startup aimed at exactly solving this idea of efficiency, and he's taking a new approach to bridge these 2 strategies. And going forward, you're going to have to look at both these dual tracks, and the one that can maybe bridge it is the one that's going to win.